Alright, welcome back. Now what we're going to do is we're going to place our ears, and you can tell that right here I went ahead and did my markings with a piece of string. I counted from the center point here, and I counted 10 rows down on each side. Because I've done these previously, I make critter beanies all the time, and it's very, very difficult to get them lined. They're not going to be perfect, but you want them somewhere in the same vicinity of each other. Okay, so what you want to do, you can either take the tan or you can take the dark brown. I'm just going to sew it in with the dark brown. Okay, you're going to get your needle, whichever type you choose to use, and just thread it up. I've got me 2 equal pieces of chocolate yarn here, just to make sure I have enough. Okay. Now what you want to do, or what I'm going to do with mine, is I'm going to make sure the very first stitch that I put in is going to start right here. Okay, because if you go up higher with them, they're going to be like either a puppy, you know, a bear. I wanted the monkey look, and it may not even, you know, make a difference. It just depends on your style and what you want to do here. So people have many ways of sewing your ears on. I'll show you the first one, then I'll go off camera and do my second one. So you just want to find a stitch, and that first one right here that you went into, you want to just insert your crochet hook here. Crochet hook your needle. Alright, and just make sure you pull it all the way. You want to leave some to tie. Okay. Now then you want to situate that, and then you want to work yourself back. So you want to go, there's really no right or wrong way to do this. You just have to kind of work and feel your way around into your stitches. So as you can tell, sorry about that, mine's going to line up pretty even with that first one there, and that's how I wanted it. So then what you do is you just keep weaving in down the side, or down this edge here. And I like to leave, on this particular beanie, I like to leave my ears a little floppy. I don't like for them to just be completely sewn onto the edges. I like to have the floppiness. I think it's more fun for the kids. You know, because you see they flop around. So what I'll do is I'll do one more stitch. So I did a total of 4. Okay, and then I'll pull that down there. So see, then you have your floppy ear. And then what you want to do is you want to just go back and forth about another time or two. And yeah, it kind of gets a little tough with the thick yarn that you're doing, that we're sewing in and out with. Of course, mine come out. Thread back up here real quick. And like I say, there's no right or wrong way to do this. It's just your personal preference of how you want to weave and where you want to position and things like that. So I like to weave my way back up to where I started. That way I can tie off with the one that I started with. So then basically I'm going to go right back up in here and go way back up in there. Okay, pull my needle out, and then I'm just going to tie off. Actually, I'm just going to trim this real quick. Alright, then you'll just tie you a couple knots here. I go about 3. And then what you want to do is come back and weave once again your ends. You always got to weave ends. That's like something you don't really have much of a choice of doing. So you just weave in and out. And once you're comfortable with how many times you've woven, then you just trim up your ends. Just like this. You can take your marker out from there. Oh, I think I sewed part of it in there. Okay, so there's the first ear. Okay, and then I'll be doing the second ear right here. Now, what I wanted to show you is how to make the pom-pom, or puffball, whatever you want to call this. I used my dark brown and my blue. Okay, I went ahead and did this. I'm going to show you some options. They do make pom-pom makers. I'm not that fond of them. I like my technique. Actually, it's my husband Chris, his technique. He came up with it. He's a alternative options type guy. He likes to figure out easier ways of doing things. Now what you do with these, they come in different sizes. They'll have the edge that's raised, and then they'll have the flat edge. What you'll do is you'll take the two raised edges together. Okay, just an example, and then you'll take your piece of yarn. To me, it's just difficult to maneuver, and then you'll just keep wrapping. Okay, but now keep in mind, you have to stop and pull this thing through, and just keep wrapping. Pulling it through, and do that all the way around. And by the time you get done, you're going to snip all the way through here, and that's just going to open up your it's going to open up your pom-pom for you. Then you'll tie it together. They have the blue size, and then they have the tiny red one, which I don't care much for these. Now I'm going to show you my technique, or again my husband's technique, of the easiest way to make a pom-pom. Now I'm not going to cut, let's see. Alright, grab your 2, 3, 4, whatever you choose to do. Let me back up here a little bit so you can see. Alright, so the size of the pom-pom is based on how many fingers you wrap around. Just say you want a small one, you'll wrap around 2 fingers. And however many wraps you want. See, that'll make your small size pom-pom. Okay, if you want a little bit bigger pom-pom, you'll wrap and wrap and wrap and wrap around 3 fingers. Now if you want the size I made, I'll wrap around all 4. Keep wrapping and wrapping and wrapping and wrapping. And I'll make one more pom-pom. I can use it for something else. And you know, you don't have to keep track, just go the thickness that you would like. I think I go sometimes between, I don't know, 25 and 40 wraps. But I'm going to stop right here. What you're going to do is you're going to clip. Okay, you want to hold that and slide your finger out. Set that down. Let me find my yarn here. Okay, and then the 2 colors that you made this with, you want to match these up. Okay. And you're going to get something, you know, that's maybe, I don't know, 5, 6 inches maybe, somewhere along in there. What you're going to do is you're going to cut that and you're going to lay that out. Okay? And you're going to take this, you're going to lay it sideways. Make sure that your string that you're tying with is down the middle. Now you want to grab those pieces of yarn. If you have to situate it, do so now. Okay? And what you're going to do is you're going to pull tight. And I like to double secure, so I flip it over, line it back up, tie that again. Okay? And then tie for the 3rd time. Now, this is what you'll have. And sometimes, based on projects I make, I don't even cut these open. I just put it like as a flower on a hat. I even set them on top. You can use these things just like they are. But now if you're making the pom-pom, do not cut these strings off. You want those on so you can tie it on. What you're going to do is put your scissors in the loops and clip. Okay? It may take you just a few minutes to do it. You'll have to go back and check, make sure you've got them all clipped. Then you'll just keep clipping. Make sure that you don't cut those 2. You're going to need those. Okay. Double check. Sometimes you got to dig down in here because you may have 1 or 2. Like there's one there that are little buddies down there in the hole. Alright, let's just pretend like we have them all. Pretty much looks like it. Now, I like the sporadic look of the different lengths. Okay, some people does it, or some people don't. I'll remove my beanie. And what you're going to do is you're going to trim these up if you don't like the bunches of different lengths. Just kind of mash your ball back together and just trim up any crazy lengths you got going on. Just do not clip those 2. And then you'll trim this baby up. Okay, just like that. And that is my handmade pom-pom ball. And then you space it back out. See? Alright, for this I'm going to use the one that I did. Alright, the 2 strings are there for a reason. Alright, you're going to insert your hook inside. You're going to find the middle, which is right here. You're going to go about that first row right there. You're going to grab those 2 strands and you're going to pull them through. Okay? Going to have to kind of hold them down in there a little ways. Alright, now your next 2, here they are, want to go equally on the other side, which is going to be about, yep, about right here. Pull the other 2 down. Okay? Now then you'll go inside and grab those. And then you're going to secure those. And you do have a straggler left inside here, so you want to trim that. Tie this about good 3 times. Okay. Now you'll take this and weave this in a couple of times, like you do the rest of throughout the rest of the pattern. Just kind of loop those through. Trim those down. Okay, and then this is my other ear. I do have to do that. Then you'll have your pom-pom. Okay, so go off, do both your ears, do your pom-pom, and I'll complete my other ear and I'll come back with you and we'll do the trim work.